Hello everyone and welcome back to Georgia Paper Crafts. This is Amber. Today we are doing foiling with stencils part 2. If you caught my previous video, which was foiling with stencils, where I used this foiling transfer gel for some stencils, then you'll kind of know what I'm doing. If not, I'll put a link up above so that you can watch that video. But in general, what I'm doing here is I am just putting some foil transfer paste over some stencils. Now this is Deco foil transfer paste. And again, this is not the new kind that they have. They have one that does not have to be used with heat. This is the original kind that does have to be put through a foiling machine, a heat machine, a heat laminator, once it dries. So I am putting the paste onto 4 different pieces of cardstock. These are measured out to be 6 by 6, and I'm using 2 Gina K Designs stencils. I'm using the Mandala Burst stencil, and I'm also using the Snowflake Mandala stencil. And as you can see, I'm just gently putting a layer on there. I am using my Wendy Vecchi Make Art Station. It's below the craft mat, as that is not waterproof, or you can't get stuff on it and wipe it off easily. So that's why I have the craft mat down. But as you can see, I'm still using the large magnets to help hold my stencil in place, which it does really well. I'm just slowly working on trying to get a nice, even, spread of the paste. I had talked about buying one of those paste things, spreaders, where it spreads it evenly. And I still might do that, but one of my viewers commented and said just use, one of those credit cards that they send in the mail that you'll never use, that you would throw away anyway. And I thought that was a great idea. So next time I'll probably do something like that. I didn't get that comment before I had done this, but next time I probably will do that, as I think it would be very helpful to try to get a nice even spread. And as you can see here, it goes on nice and even. And this goes on white, but when it dries, it will be clear, and that's how you know it is dry and ready to be put into your laminator. All of these are going to be laminated with Deco foil, rainbow foil paper. And you'll see that in just a few minutes here. And here it is. I've already put it through my laminator. Now I did it just as one big piece. I have this huge transfer sheet here, and I just put them all in there at the same time and ran it through my make machine on setting 4. And now I'm pulling it off to do the reveal. And look at this. I don't know about you guys, but these are gorgeous. I cannot believe how well they turned out. They are absolutely stunning to me. I think they turned out really, really well. This is the black one with the rainbow. And here's the one on blue cardstock. And on gray cardstock. I'm showing that I got a little bit not so great transfer there, but it doesn't matter. And one on green. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn these all into cards. So I am going to use a couple different dies. This is the Neat and Tangled Awesome Stamp and Die Set. I'm using the die where it cuts out the word awesome as a shadow and also as the word. I've cut the shadow out of vellum, and then I've used some blue metallic cardstock to cut out the word. Each of these panels I've cut down to 5.5 by 5.5, or slightly smaller than that, as I've made the card bases 5.5 by 5.5. I'm just going to go ahead and adhere this onto the front. This is an older stamp set from Neat and Tangled, but I think it's a wonderful one. Then I stamped out, "Thank you for being awesome," or "Thank you for being." I'm going to put that above. Now this black one I decided to do with the same die, use the awesome die. This time I cut the awesome portion out of purple glitter cardstock. Put that on some vellum, which I did the backer with the vellum. Put a little bit of glue on there. Trying to use some of my art glitter glue, as it seems to hold a lot better onto these foiled areas. And I am just going to also glue down the sentiments that I had stamped. And they say, "You are so," and I'll say, "awesome." Just had to say. Using my T ruler just to help line it up and make sure I put it on there straight. I have a habit of not putting things on straight. There we go. So pretty. Now this next one on the gray cardstock, I am going to use the Simon Says Stamp Friend die. Same thing where it cuts out the outline and also the regular word. So I cut it out of vellum, and then I did the same and used the blue metallic or mirror cardstock and cut out the word friend. Actually, I'm not sure if that's the blue or if this is a greenish. I think this might be a greenish color metallic cardstock from, yeah, that's what it is, from Tim Holtz. And I also used a sentiment from the Simon Says Stamp You Got This Message sentiments, and I heat emboss that onto black cardstock with white embossing powder, and I cut it out into this little thin strip. I'm going to go ahead and adhere this with a little bit of glue. And again, using my T ruler to try to make sure it is straight. And it says, "You grow through what you go through." It's a mouthful, but very true. I'm going to put a sentiment on the inside on this one. Really had thought I might do it on the outside, but didn't feel like it really fit. So I'm just going to go ahead and stamp this on the inside here. And I think that said "keep going." Now here is the last one that I'm doing. This is the Simon Says Stamp Believe Stamp and Die set. Again, cut the shadow out of vellum, the word out of purple glitter cardstock. And I adhere that on the front. And then I stamped out a sentiment to go below that. And that says "in your dreams." So this is going to say "believe in your dreams." Now, of course, this looks lovely on its own, but I had to bring in some bling. So I brought in some pretty pink Posh unicorn gems, and I have put them all around. I am not going to show you, make you sit here and watch me go through putting them on every single card, as I did put quite a bit. You'll see the ones in the finished product though, but I think it adds a lot to the card by adding these gems in these multiple different colors. Just using the art glitter glue and my jewel picker. So here I'm showing you that I had added everything and all the gems on there. So this one says believe in your dreams. This one says friend, you grow through what you go through. You can see the gems I added there. And that says keep going, positive thoughts. This one says you are so awesome, just had to say. I guess one of my gems fell off there, so I'm going to add it back. And this one says, thank you for being awesome. And what I'm showing, what I'm kind of saying is it's off a little bit. It's not actually centered. I guess when I cut it, I did not center it, but I still think it looks fine. It's a little bit off to the left there. So here's your final look at the 4 cards that I made in this Foiling with Stencils Part 2. I loved how these turned out. I love these stencils, by the way, from Gina K Designs. They are absolutely gorgeous, and with using them with this rainbow foiling, it just really made for a beautiful card. So I hope you've gotten some inspiration from this. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Thank you so much for sticking with me and watching this video. And I hope you come back and look at more videos from Georgia Paper Crafts. Thanks so much.